Hi, this is King of Review. Is there a point of intersection between the two graphs, y equals 3x squared minus 4 and y equals negative 3x squared plus 5? So for this problem, I'll plot both of these equations on the same coordinate plane so that we can see if the graphs intersect. Another method for solving this problem is using your graphing calculator. You can enter both of these equations into the calculator and then visually see where they intersect. So we have y equals 3x squared minus 4 and y equals negative 3x squared plus 5. The next step is to make a table of values for each of these equations. The table of values will give us points to plot on the coordinate plane. You can choose whichever x values that you want to plug into the equation, but I'm going to choose 0, 1, 2, negative 1, and negative 2. I'm going to plug these x values into this equation. When x equals 0, y equals 3 times 0 squared minus 4. This gives me a y value of negative 4. So the point 0, negative 4 is on the graph. When x equals 1, I get a y value of negative 1. When x equals 2, I get a y value of 8. When x equals negative 1, I get a y value of negative 1. And when x equals negative 2, I get a y value of 8. Now I have several points, and I'm ready to make a coordinate plane to plot these points on. Here's my x-axis and my y-axis. Okay, now I'm ready to plot the points. I have a point at 0, negative 4, which is right here. I have a point at 1, negative 1, right here. There's a point at 2, 8, which is right here. A point at negative 1, right here. And the last point is negative 2, 8, which is right here. Now I'll use these points to fill in the graph. You can see that this forms a parabola. Now we're ready to come up with the table of values for the second equation, y equals negative 3x squared plus 5. Again, you can choose whichever x values you want to plug into the equation. I'm going to choose 0, 1, 2, negative 1, and negative 2. When x equals 0, I have y equals negative 3 times 0 squared plus 5. This gives me a y value of 5. So the point 0, 5 is on the graph. When x equals 1, I get a y value of 2. When x is 2, I get a y value of negative 7. When x is negative 1, I get a y value of 2. And when x is negative 2, I get a y value of negative 7. So now I'm ready to plot these points on the coordinate plane. The first point is at 0, 5, which is right here. I have a point at 1, 2, which is right here. I have a point at 2, negative 7, right about here. There's a point at negative 1, 2, which is right here. And we have a point at negative 2, negative 7, which is right about here. I'll use these points to fill in the graph. And you can see that this also forms a parabola that's opening downward. The first equation was a parabola that opens upward, and this equation is a parabola that opens downward. And you can see that there are 2 points of intersection between these two graphs. So the answer is A. Yes, these two graphs do intersect. Thanks for watching.